Uh, you know, the Board of Education in my district, they thought it might be a good idea if I, looked around. So it gave me the freedom to do that. That's why I'm here.
Oh, well, why so?
Well, I was the director of HR, and as you know, everything's confidential in HR, so I can't really talk about it.
So you'd rather not talk about it?
No.
Well, I know interviews can be very stressful for the applicant, and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but if there's something you don't want to talk about...
I really don't.
I understand, but you come across as unwilling to discuss something, and that raises a bit of a red flag.
You think I'm hiding something?
Of course
what am I
not.
hiding?
Of course not.
Because I'd really rather not talk about it.
I just need to ask about it, just as a formality to help me decide if you're the right candidate for our district.
Well, if you ask about it, does that mean I got to talk about it?
No, not at all. What would you like to talk about?
I'd really not like to talk about that either. But I'm here. I'm here. Ask me anything you want. Hi, Miss Stone. I'm having some trouble finding your educational background on your resume.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I've got lots of learning.
I'm sure it's got to be on here somewhere, right?
I think that page might have got lost in the mail or through the fax transmission.
Maida? Can you fill me in on that?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm real educated and real qualified.
That's extremely reassuring, but could you be a little bit more specific?
I got through almost 4 years of high school.
Almost?
So close you'd never even know the difference.
Okay, that's all right. Did you get a GED?
Oh, I got some D's. But don't you worry, none about the G's or those E's. I never got nothing lower than an F.
So no higher education then?
Nah, school's just school. I started there when I was 5 and ended by the time I was 21. And, a couple more years ain't going to make that much of a difference.
Okay. Well, we can still work with that, I think. What about some vocational training? Any vocational training?
Vocation. You mean like going to the beach, right? Good afternoon, Dr. Butler. Thank you for applying. How do you see yourself fitting in with the life of our district? The things that go on outside of just the superintendent's office.
Yeah, I see myself fitting in really well. I see myself at football games, basketball games, lots of sporting events, hanging out.
That's great. Our retiring superintendent was also very active. He sponsored a club, or actually not a club, but he sponsored Dr. Seuss Day at many of our elementary schools.
Yeah, I'd like to keep that going. I mean, there's lots of kids who don't read. I mean, I could maybe nudge them towards some books that really might open their eyes.
Oh, really? Like, what sorts of books do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, I don't have to say it. The 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. I mean, E.L. James is mind-blowing. I would love to open our kids' eyes.
Interesting choices. Quite challenging and perhaps maybe a little inappropriate for our age group.
Well, Gotcha. Yeah, I'd really love to start up a couple clubs too.
Wonderful. We're extremely open to providing diverse curricular activities for our students. What else would you like to sponsor?
Well, I was thinking like a fire breathing club.
A fire breathing.
Yeah, like fire, like matches, like flames, torches, that kind of thing.
Like fire, like when you light a match.
Yeah.
Fire breathing, like Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, Kind of like Godzilla, but if I may respectfully correct you, Godzilla's breath was more radioactive with other stuff in it, and I wouldn't want our kids to be exposed to anything radioactive.
Sorry, of course, my mistake. So, do you have experience with fire breathing?
Actually, no, but I've always wanted to. It's been kind of a lifelong goal. Do you know anybody that could teach me?
I'm afraid not.
So, welcome to the interview. What brought you in today? Tell us a little bit about your background and experience, and what really qualifies you to become a principal of a school.
Well, I really wanted to be a dancer at the local club, but they weren't hiring, so I guess I just figured I'd go with Plan B.
Okay.